Oh, Zico transferring again. Everybody's like, why and what's going on? Everyone knows about the two transfer rule, especially if you haven't graduated yet. Is he going to have to sit out and all these questions? I have exclusive information on why he is transferring. I spoke to someone on staff. I'm going to get to that soon. I just want to start. How did we get here? Okay, first of all, Zico is a talented football player. Period. He was born in London, so naturally you can surmise or know that he naturally got a late start to football. His size, he's 6'4", 223 pounds. It makes him an easy and large target as a tight end prospect. He went from London to the IMG Academy in Florida, which is an all-star team. It's a football factory, but not necessarily a fundamental or a technique type of school. They expect you to perform at what you do best, the athlete, whatever you're good at, and do not necessarily teach the basics. They don't necessarily have time for that. So Zico performed well enough to get a scholarship offer from Arkansas State. He went there, and last year he had 50 receptions, 655 yards, 4 touchdowns as a primary pass catching tight end. He's an honorable mention All American. The kid can play. Then he makes the transfer to Boulder with a well regarded tight end coach in Tim Brewster, who played D1 at tight end. He also coached D1 many years and the NFL. He coached Hall of Fame caliber Antonio Gates. Now, you saw the videos Zico posted before spring, or when he was on featured on Well Off videos. He was a workout warrior. He looked the part. He does look the part, and the kid can run and catch the ball until the pads came on. There were whispers all around the camp, around the position, when he was not the first tight end to earn his number. And he did not earn his number before the spring game. So, for what it's worth, he started to be less featured in well off media videos. Then here comes the spring game. He did not start. There were people saying he got injured during the game, but I didn't see anything official on that. Then I put out this video. You can go watch it. It's on the screen now, saying I was worried about Zico staying. This was right after the spring game happened. I was recapping it, and I just know what I saw, and I did not see a lot of him. Then we officially see Zico re-enters the transfer portal. All right. At that point, I was like, okay, let me call in all the favors I have and talk to someone on staff. Point out flat out, this is the truth. Zico can't block, which is a no starter for Tim Brewster. It really is not. So remember what I said earlier. He grew up in England, where football is a club sport, not necessarily the same kind of upbringing if he was born and grew up in Texas, Louisiana, or Florida. Then he went to IMG, which showcased him as a pass catching tight end because that's what he does best. He goes to Arkansas State, where he's recruited to do just that. They did not ask him to block like that, nor work on his fundamentals. Then he goes to Colorado, and as it was put to me, is the offense was wide open, and Zico thought it would be the same role as Arkansas State and IMG. He just would have a higher profile quarterback at a higher profile program trying to get to the NFL, which is the goal. Now, Coach Prime is okay with the fast tempo spread, but what was determined is he wants the ability to win in different ways, such as running the ball against Utah or Oregon State. It's, quote, it's not going to be like JSU where they have the best skilled players and can throw every down, unquote. So the bottom line, he could not block. If you remember, Coach Brewster did the man-to-man drills. Basically, that's where you're trying to be the lowest man and drive the person to the ground. It was really obvious Zico never did drills like that. It was very obvious. So no run block. They definitely don't trust him to pass block. That's the word I got. So as talented as Zico is, there was no trust that he could be impactful without the possibility of him catching the ball. That was communicated to him in exit interviews. He needed to have a significant jump in blocking and commitment, or he would not see playing time. Now remember, no game tape, no NFL. It was told to me that Zico felt like he was told one thing and then it was switched. So he opted to go back to the portal. I said, man, hold on. You got to give me something. How do I know everything you're telling me is true? He sent me this article that has quotes from Tim Brewster at the beginning of the spring practice. And he said, take a look at this and ask and tell me if I'm lying. So the quote basically says, the past game is the past game. This is Coach Brewster talking. He's going to do some really good things in the past game. That's what the tight end coach Tim Brewster told about Ziko during the early stages of spring. We have to have a true three down tight end. We have to have a tight end that is going to be able to power block, that's going to be able to stack some things at the point of attack. I am not about situational tight ends. I'm about a complete three down tight end. And he starts talking about George Kittle, who he feels is the best tight end in the NFL, so on and so forth. So that's basically what I was sent. That's what I was told. So he opted to go for the portal. Again, it's a business decision. Now, the thing is, unless he graduates this semester or in the summer, which the person said, no, I doubt it, he will have to wait a year before playing due to the second transfer rule. He may apply for an exception, but the NCAA is known for denying appeals unless it's an emergency circumstance, and I don't see that here. Now, Ziko, if you're out there and you're listening to this, and if there's anything I got bad info on, please reach out. I would love to interview you on your experience. I want to do a fair interview, and give people the platform. Because again, if this is a business decision, if this is true, playing time would be cut or non-existent. And Ziko dipped to play somewhere else. Athletes want to play, bro. That's the bottom line, and it is what it is. So in no way do I think Ziko is soft. He went to the spring game. He competed throughout the spring, so I don't think he quit. If he came in football late, you're going to have deficiencies, which I laid out. If you're not taught fundamentals, you're going to have deficiencies. This is no different than basketball. Like, look at AAU in basketball. Those kids, those boys are on all-star teams, and when they get to college, when they get to Euro leagues or the NBA, they struggle as somebody like Jokic is beating their ass because they play with fundamentals. So here, college football, the low man wins. Heritage Sports.